So this afternoon we thought we'd pop out and do a little bit of photography, but as you can probably see, it's quite a cloudy day, and overcast weather doesn't suit landscape photography all that well all the time. Sometimes you can get away with it if it's a moody sky, but the first thing we thought when we saw the weather forecast was it might be a good chance to try a little bit of woodland photography. Now, woodland photography is something we haven't had a huge amount of success with in the past. We're definitely not Simon Baxter.
We haven't really tried.
No, so we haven't really given it much of a go. So it's something that we want to improve.
Yeah, I think it's something that you need to try to do, and you don't just do it by accident. I think you need to be really thinking about composition when you're doing it.
Yeah. And so you might recognise this location if you've seen some of our earlier videos. We actually came here in the winter and did a spot of woodland photography. Again, one of our not so successful trips.
We had one photo.
Yeah. But it's one of our favourite woodlands to come out to for walks, and so we thought might be a good opportunity to come out and just see how we get on. So it's been a little bit of a struggle trying to find compositions which work here, just because the woodland's so busy, there's so much going on. But what I've been trying to do is just sort of focus on little things that catch my attention, so just small features of a landscape. And one thing I found is this shape in this log here, which I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's this kind of curve in the log. And I thought that looked really nice. So it's a bit of an awkward position, as you can see, but I've got the tripod set up here with the camera on it. Because it's actually so dark in this wood, and it's still a little while before sunset, but it's just so dark here, I've had to ramp the ISO up to 800 for this image, and just wait for little periods in the breeze as well, because even at ISO 800, the exposure time for this image is 2 seconds. So I don't want any breeze going on, because that's moving the foliage around a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and take this image now. I think it works quite nicely. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. So we're struggling quite a lot with the light at the moment. It's about a half hour before sunset, so yeah, it's really dropped low. I'm having to really push the ISO to actually get any exposures here, but I'm going to give it a go anyway and see how this one turns out. So I found this tree which has got a really nice curve to it. I think there's a bit of a theme appearing today of curved tree trunks, but I think it might work quite well. It's reminding me of the tree from Sleepy Hollow, the one which the horse jumps out of. So we'll go ahead and take this image quickly before the light drops too far, and then I think we're probably going to have to speed things up a little bit and get out of the woods to see. There's a field actually just outside the woods where we might get some wildlife, but yeah, I think the light might be dropping a bit too quickly. Anyway, we'll take this image, see how it turns out, and yeah, perhaps you could let me know what you think below. So we've made it out of the woods. I think it's safe to say that was a bit of a struggle, really, that one, wasn't it? So
I think you've got a couple of images.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything. It'll be interesting to see how yours come out.
The thing I find really hard in woodlands, particularly this woodland, because there's so much going on, it's so busy, it's quite hard to just find little things that catch your eye and those little compositions. But I think that was the best approach, was just to try and find those little things that catch your eye and that might make a nice image, like that bendy bit of wood, which I think worked quite well. But yeah, you can let us know what you think of the images below. But I think the main reason we struggled was the light.
Yes, and part of that was arriving slightly late in the day, but I think the real reason is how dense the clouds are and how low-lying they are. I can completely understand the idea of going into the woodland on an overcast day, because you're not going to have too much contrast between where light penetrates through the foliage and the darker areas. So you're not dealing with blown out bits of woodland and overly dark bits of woodland, but I think some light needs to penetrate, and if you have clouds slightly higher in the sky that aren't as so dramatically dense as we've got behind us. I think that would be better.
Yeah.
I was really struggling with the light in there.
Yeah, I mean, to put things in perspective, I don't know whether it will come out on the camera because of whether it will show how dark it is at the moment, but it should still be light now, and it's really very dark. So that cloud cover is just completely snuffing everything out. But anyway, it was a fantastic little walk out. We saw an owl.
We saw one owl and we heard at least two.
Yep.
So
You might be able to hear them in the background. Actually,
yeah, there's still
they are
one going on. So.
Yeah. So anyway, that's always the main thing with these trips, isn't it? Coming out and enjoying yourself.
Enjoying oneself.
So anyway, I hope you did enjoy this video. Do let us know what you think of the images below, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye for now.